I appear before you wearing a sweater that belonged to Anthony Comlance, St. Bede class of 1939. I knew him as Uncle Tony, a lifelong friend of my father, Andrew Bacevich, who graduated from St. Bede with the class of 1940. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude for this wonderful honor. I can tell you for certain that during my 4 years attending St. Bede back in the early 1960s, neither my classmates nor the monks of the Abbey thought of me as distinguished. Annoying and full of himself better described my standing in their eyes. Even today, I can hear the voice of Father Alan Mattingly in the hallways of the administration building shouting, "Bacevich, you big phony." He had me pegged. My class of day students and boarders contained any number of young men who then and subsequently distinguished themselves academically, athletically, and in myriad other ways throughout their lives. As a better than average student, but only a mediocre football player, I greatly envied those members of our class who really stood out. I am tempted to name names, but I won't for fear of overlooking someone. I will cite one classmate who died just a year or so ago. His name was Greg Burnett, a boarder from Chicago, who was both a fine student and, if I remember correctly, who also lettered in 3 sports. Greg was an African American, the only black member of our class. In those days, St. Bede was not particularly diverse, nor were Peru and LaSalle. St. Bede challenged all of us. In retrospect, I have to imagine that the times confronted Greg with 1 or 2 extra challenges. Yet while many of us were goofballs, to put it mildly, Greg always handled himself with grace and dignity. Such was our respect for him that in our senior year, we elected him class president. As is so often the case, Greg and I went our separate ways after graduation and lost touch. But I remember him with admiration and great fondness. I will accept this fine honor even knowing that there are many others worthier of recognition, not least of all, my friend and classmate, Greg Burnett. Thank you very much.